So I came to playing guitar in an interesting way, partially because I'm a lefty. So I think a lot of people just pick up their friends' guitars and noodle around. I couldn't really do that. I would be doing it upside down or, backwards. I used to sing when I was younger. I was more of a musicals gal. And so when John went away to college, I think I was singing a little bit in the band at that time. And John went away to college, and I had graduated and was living back at my folks' house, and was just not really working and was kind of just putzing around trying to figure out what to do. And I would just kind of get stoned and play Guitar Hero in my parents' basement. And to the point where it was kind of getting weird, like I would put on a bandana and, be standing up and rocking out. And thankfully John came home from school and was like, what the hell are you doing? Tomorrow we're going to go to Guitar Center and you're just going to buy a guitar. Stop playing a plastic fake video game guitar, just get a real guitar. And we did. I went the next day and just bought a shitty acoustic guitar, and John showed me, G, C, E, D, and the rest was history. I feel like this was one of the more collaborative efforts that we've put forth as a band. Usually, John is a songwriting machine. He would usually come with the ideas, and then maybe I'd have one or two to throw into the ring. A lot of times it would be pretty fully formed. And then what was cool about playing, particularly with this lineup with Cass and Paul as well, is that we all have some similar musical sensibilities, but also some influences are way outside the box. We had this cool Venn diagram type thing so when we were working on certain songs, it was cool to see where the outlying influences, Paul or Cass would make a suggestion that I think maybe John or I wouldn't typically go to, but finding ways to work that in, those moments ended up being some of my favorites on the record. In the song Dreamweaver, Paul does a little guest vocal spot, and I remember when he first started singing it, I was like, what is he doing? It sounded nothing like the way John had written it or how John had been singing it when we were practicing. And it ended up, it's such a killer vocal, and it's just such a cool part, and it's actually my favorite part on the whole record. Well, my daughter's featured on this record, her first ever count-in to one of the songs. But yes, I think I played plenty of shows when I was pregnant with her, and now with my son dropping in October, played a bunch of shows as well. So, and we just are, obviously Will and I are constantly have music playing and working on stuff in the house. So, they can do whatever they want. I'm not going to push them. I'm not going to be a stage mom, but if they want to play, that'd be awesome. And I think they will. Personally, I loved the way we recorded this record. I just feel like it gave it a certain feel. Like my kids' toys were on the floor. We were able to take breaks and order food and hang out in the backyard for a little while. And I like the feel and the energy that environment lended to the recording. The song Not With Threads, I wrote when Will and I had first bought our house, and we didn't have much furniture yet, and it was a terrible rainy night, and we had some wine and brought up our instruments into the family room, and everything was plugged in, sitting on the floor, and Will passed out, and I stayed up and tinkered on the keys and wrote that song. You're shaking your head, no. Okay. If you listen to the lyrics, you'll hear it.
It was the first time in weeks that we could sleep.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of legacies around here to talk about. Will has his own.
Can we get Will in the
Come on over, Will.
Yeah. It was probably one of the most favorite things that I have been a part of. really proud with the sessions that we did right upstairs, getting the great drum sound and the live sound. It's something that two-time Emmy Award winner Jay Carey and I have mastered over several years of partnership that we have had together under Dinos in Vietnam Productions. And I really think that this record is a product, it's really the fruits of our labor. It's a product of love. It comes from passion, and wouldn't have it any other way.
Love it.
Thank you. Good night.